Hello, 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 you guys. How are you guys doing? Whew, what a time off did I have? As you can see, I am back, and it looks like I cut my bangs crooked. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I am back, guys. It's been about 2 weeks now. You guys should have gotten your readings for up to the 4th of July. I did not do the 5th through the 11th. I apologize. I just didn't have the energy to do it when I came back. But I'm here and I am back and refueled. I hope everybody had a good couple of weeks. It was definitely a couple weeks that I needed. However, it wasn't a restful. It wasn't really restful. For those of you that are brand new to my page, I've been going for about a year now on tarot, and I haven't taken a vacation for 4 years. So we took a trip to Universal Studios and Disney World. But guess what? Mom forgot the tarot cards at home because I was going to do a reading from Universal Studios or Disney World. However, I forgot the tarot cards at home. So I wasn't able to do that. So my deep apology, especially to Felix, because he was looking forward to that from Universal. So what is really funny though, towards the end of my trip, as we were walking through one of the Disney parks, my daughter noticed, "Hey, Mom, look at that. They have a psychic sign." And I'm like, Disney has a lot of facades, guys, a lot of facades. So I'm like, that's probably just a facade kind of a thing. And she goes, "No, look, they are selling incense and all kinds of stuff." So, of course, we go in there and they had crystals and incense and things like that. And then there was a girl in the very back corner doing tarot readings. So I'm like, I got to ask if she has any tarot cards for sale. So I did. I finally asked, and I picked up 2 decks from her, but I needed to fuel them. I needed to get the energies and see if they were decks that I really, really want to use. One is very different. I get a weird energy off of it, but I did get this one deck here that I'm going to use today. And it is the Thoth. It's this one back here deck. I'm going to use that. And there's the other deck that I picked up is the Archangel Power Tarot cards. So this will be a really interesting read with these new decks. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just doing a collective because I did miss the 1 week. And then also too, I'm going to do some new moon reading because on the 9th, you guys, we've got the new moon. So we're already in those energies. We're in the energy of the new moon for July 9th, and it's a Cancer moon. So actually Cancer rules this new moon, literally. And so the emotions and the you're going to be sort of in a, and Cancers are this way too, as they know, they're a little moody and their emotions go up and down, can be very sensitive. This is a time that's going to be very sensitive and very emotional. It's like you're going to want to make decisions based on emotions and what's going on your feelings side. So really be mindful when you are making a big decision in this next week or so, because from the 6th to the 9th, you're getting all that energy up to the full or new moon, and then all the energy from the new moon down. So that's another 3 days. So about a week we're going through these energies. So if you're feeling real sort of weepy, little cryy, or like you don't know why you're down or that kind of stuff like that, that is definitely the new moon energies and good old Cancer. The thing is too, you're going to want to have more deep connections with this new moon. This new moon is going to bring, you want to get closer. You want to get more in depth. You want to get more into deeper thoughts and meanings of things. And it's also going to help you with your gut intuition. That is going to be really huge as well. So really pay attention to what your intuition is telling you in this next week. It is definitely something that you really want to pay attention to. I did a lot of readings before I left on vacation. about feelings versus emotions, how we control our feelings and emotions, or do your emotions and feelings control you? This is sort of that Cancer thing going on. So, are you going to control your feelings and emotions, or are they going to control you? It's very easy in this time of this new moon to let the emotions control you. Not a good thing, though. Really pay attention to that. It is a new beginning, though, because we're in the beginning of summer. This Cancer new moon is a new beginning. New things are going to be starting for you guys. Things are going to want to manifest. Something is, sort of changing and transitioning into something new. So you might be dropping something off from the old moon, and this new moon is like rearing up and getting ready to go. It's like a horse at the beginning of a starting gate for a race. They're all ramped up, they're ready to go, that kind of a thing. They're like, come on, open that freaking gate so I can go. That's the energy that is sort of happening. But then you got your feelings and emotions in there. So be really, really careful. If you're starting something, make sure you have the facts. Even though you have that passion and desire, make sure you have the facts. Because somebody wants to start something. I don't know who this is for. Somebody wants to start something and they want to jump in. It's almost an Aries energy. They want to jump in and go for it. But then you're going to realize, oh man, I should have really got my ducks in a row before I did that. So I don't know who that's for. But that Aries energy is pulling at you to just get started without doing your homework. Make sure you do your homework, because your feelings and emotions are going to mess it up. That's going to mess it up. You're all excited, but you didn't cross the T's and you didn't dot the I's. So whatever it is that you're getting started, it might be even a relationship. I don't know. But you want to make sure you don't jump into something without having the facts and the knowledge. So I do apologize. My voice is a little up and down and rapty because the planes, oh my gosh, you guys, there is no social distancing out there at all. Masks are off everywhere except for the planes. Definitely really, and the buses at Disney were very, very strict about putting masks on, but that was it. I'm like, okay, you're going to make us put it on in the bus, but you're not really forcing it to go on the rides and everything like that. So it's just, I've got some cold stuff coming up just from the airplane and the air that they circulate in there as well. So I apologize for my voice. I will say, for those of you that want to go to Universal and try the Velocicoaster, okay, I got a bum leg, right? We walked, no joke. We calculated our steps in 11 days. We walked 95 miles. Thank you, leg. And I didn't use a scooter, guys. But the Velocicoaster if you're wanting to do that roller coaster in Universal, phenomenal. If you want to go, if you want to see some pictures, go to my travel agency Facebook. It's Touch and Go Travel Agency, and you can see some pictures of the Velocicoaster there. I will tell you, the Velocicoaster was really something, because they really got that thing running smooth. However, there's a second burst of, you got to go up this huge tall thing. Holy Toledo. It was amazing. But the other one I got sick on, but my daughter rode it twice for me, because she would have to go test the rides to see if my knee could handle it. And then she would come back down. Yeah, you could do it. Because a lot of them don't have room, and I can't bend my knee past 90 degrees. So she would go test them out and come back and say, yep, Mom, it's good to go. But the Hulk, let me tell you, there's a picture of the Hulk on my Touch and Go Travel Agency, and it made me so sick. That thing is so high in the air. I gotta say, it's got to be like 5-6 stories high, maybe even higher than that. And it goes through 3 loops, and it goes all the way around. And holy Toledo, if you like roller coasters, the Hulk is definitely one to do in Universal Studios. There's a lot of do's and don'ts when you're getting your travel, though. If you're going to travel to these theme parks, really just email me, ask me some questions, because there are a lot of restrictions, a lot of things that I was really disappointed in being a theme park specialist, and the changes, the attitudes, things have changed. So if I'm going to send somebody there, I'm going to make sure that they're really taken care of, because the theme parks have changed. I hated to say it, but with Disney World, we walked away saying, where's the magic? because the attitudes have changed. Things have changed so much. So if you want to go to Disney World and it's your first time, please hold off for a little bit because they're getting ready, they're ramping up, and definitely that is going to be a really good place to go. However, Universal Studios is already rocking and rolling, and that place I would say go. You know, that kind of a thing. So let's get started, you guys. The new moon's going to mess with you guys' feelings, though. I really, if they haven't already, I've even listened to a couple tarot readers coming back because I wanted to see if I'm, you know, on cue and missing anything. Although it doesn't matter because the divine rules my readings. But I did notice that some of them are actually very emotional. So even as a empath, definitely a lot of emotion going on here. A lot of transitionings are going to happen. Hey, Star. Well, thank you. There is a lot of transitionings that are going to happen here. Now, this is not only for me, but Divine has really shared with me. Through these next 2-3 months, there is going to be a lot of transitions. These are good transitions, even though you might feel like they're not. There is a silver lining, and that is also the full moon. I'm getting goosebumps for somebody. So that is also the new moon, the new moon, not the full moon, that is coming in. You're going to feel like, man, you know, this is ending or this isn't working out. Hang tight because there's a silver lining in whatever is happening to you or what you're going through or there's not only a lesson, but there's a silver lining. Something good is going to come through it. So I don't know what that is for anybody. He never tells me. He just says, okay, here's about 3 months. There's transitions coming. Get ready. Same with COVID. When that came out, he's like, something big is coming up in the next 3 months. Get ready. And I'm like, would you give me an idea, a hint, whatever? No, but as soon as I get close to it, he goes, that's it. And I'm like, okay, crap. You know, what's interesting is this came up about a month ago, and he shared that with me, and I'm like, okay, is this transitions for me, for my daughter? Is this transitions like, are we moving or whatever? But what's really interesting is nothing's happened for me as of yet. However, my daughter has gone through 2 major transitions in just the last month and a half. Our neighbors, praise God, he does answer prayers, moved. The worst neighbors you've ever had. They moved. So there's transitions happening, definitely big transitions. So if things are happening with you, that's what's going on. All right. So I just thought I would come on here today since I haven't done a reading for you guys. And I will be doing, let's see, what is today? Today is the 7th and the 9th is the new moon. I will be doing, and I hate to say it, but I just got back, but I'm going camping. So this trip that we were on was for my daughter. I have to go to nature to get refueled. So I'm taking 3 days to refuel in nature by a lake and just literally sit and do nothing. I probably will do some tarot spreads from there. I'm going to record them if there is no signal. Otherwise, they'll come on live. But I need to refuel spiritually and empathically. I need to do that because being around, like I said, these people, there's no social distancing. If you look at my touch and go travel agency, you'll see it was just packed with people. So my energies are low, and it's low. I'm refueled, ready to go. However, I'm a little low because I've been around people nonstop. So just bear with me. Oh, I love this. Okay, what's going on here? Remember, we're in Cancer, you guys, this new moon here, this Cancer. And 3, 5, 6, 7. This new moon is going to be really sort of emotionally up and down. So this spread starts out with the Judgment card. So, and somebody being a little confused on which way they're going to be deciding to go. This is because you're actually in an emotional state. You're not listening to the facts or your intuition. You're just not sure which way to go. And this could be a spiritual battle for somebody because we're fighting our earth wants and we're not listening to our spiritual needs. There's a big difference there. It is something that is actually coming. There is something that's coming to a conclusion, but with a good result, because we have the Nine of Pentacles. So this is something that maybe here. Oh, okay, thank you. So they're saying it's between money and spirit. This is definitely a spiritual battle for somebody going on, because this is definitely about money and your heart. It's your heart's desires. There's a really, it's I all I can see is this. If you watch Dr. Doolittle at all, I haven't seen it for many years, but there's that animal. It's the push me pull me llamas. That's sort of what I'm feeling somebody looks like. I see this vision of these two trying to walk in different directions, and they're just pushing and pulling, and you're not going nowhere. I don't know where that is. Now, this is about maybe some lovers or a relationship that might be going on for somebody. However, there is a push me, pull me. And the reason why I'm saying push me, pull me is somebody's more earthly, money, materialistic based, and the other person is more emotional based. This is that Cancer energy again, and really sensitive right now. And I don't think that one of these people are really being sensitive, which we need right now, because there is some ego going on here. So they're not really paying attention to what you need. Okay, so so it's just sort of a fight here, because the number 5 is unstable. And then when we're unstable, things sort of are not comfortable, or they're not imbalanced. And then we go to a new energy. Now remember, this is the new moon, and the Cancer energy that we've got going on here is we've got the Fool. So somebody coming into the picture. Now, this person might already be in the picture, or might be coming to you, or coming around you, or whatever. They're going to have this little fun attitude, sort of like carefree attitude. They're not really thinking about things. Don't worry, don't sweat the small stuff. Don't, take it easy, whatever. However, at the very end, somebody comes back and says, yeah, but you got to touch reality. This is reality. This is what we live in right now. And you know what? Money does matter, kind of a thing, which it does. It really does. However, if you live in the world like I used to, you can't have spirit. You can't live on both sides of the fence. Okay, you have to be more on one side of the fence. So I don't know who this is for, but you're definitely that llama push me, pull me. I wish I had that picture. Maybe when I upload this, I'll throw it in there, because that's really, it's like a really hard decision, or which way to go. This energy of the moon, who's ruling Cancer, this is a driven energy that is wanting to act on the emotional side of somebody. And that's when you've got the Lovers right dead set in your spread. That means it has to do with relationships. It has to do with maybe a decision. Maybe there's a decision that you guys are trying to make, and it's like, hey, let's both go to our corners, think about it, and come back and talk about it. But somebody's got a little bit of an ego, like, you know what? It's sort of like when you say, let them win one. Let them have that one, and then we'll come back and we'll win the next. Not fights, just sort of like what you want. If you watched, what was it? I love The Last Man Standing, Tim Allen. I grew up with him. But the thing is that when he did that one show about how he was telling the pastor, yeah, you let her win one and be happy with that. And then things are much more calm and much more easy. And that sort of came back to bite him in the butt. But anyway, that's sort of the energy here, that let them win one and it's going to be okay. But this ego is just, they're stubborn. Somebody is just really stubborn. And they actually don't like this playful mentality. They're more serious of this, of the Fool that's coming in. They sort of don't like that mentality because they're more serious. And the Fool is just trying to be playful and lighthearted and say, hey, don't take life so seriously. Just don't take life so seriously. All right. So let's get some more clarification here. Especially, I would like more clarification on the Lovers card, on what this is in relation to for this week with the new moon energy. Where is it headed, as far as there's some conflict here. Definitely conflict. Somebody's needing to make a decision. Is that in the Lovers card? I need to know that. But I'd like just, yeah, Divine, I'd like to get just some more clarity. If there is a couple out there that is having troubles in between, looks like they might be having troubles with money more, say, more worldly things. If you can share with me more on that level of what's going on with this couple, I'd appreciate it. These are so big. My these are so, my hands are tiny, guys. I can't shuffle like everybody else. My hands are just tiny. My hands are tiny. All right. Let me do this way. Maybe if I do them this way. No. It's sort of like my one deck from Fire Emblem. I can't shuffle those worth beans either because I have such small hands. And they make these cards so big. Some of these so big. Oh, Lordy Jesus. All right, let's see what he's got here. He's got the Hierophant. Okay, so we've got the Hierophant. We've got the Nine of Pentacles. Again, all about money here. We've got the Eight of Swords in reverse. So whatever's going on with this couple in this next week or so, I would say next week, because these are all the new moon energies. And we've got the Hierophant. This is a spiritual battle between two people. So this is definitely the fight against world and spirit and second dimension, third dimension, fourth dimension, that kind of a thing where your ancestors lay. This is something that really just needs to be talked out. And whatever it is that you're trying to do with this money situation, somebody might be trying to save for something. Maybe they're splitting up and they're trying to decide how to split things up. Maybe this is a decision on where they want to go on a vacation. That was sort of last man standing. She wanted to go to Paris. He wanted to go camping. And at the end, they compromised. She went. He gave her the trip to Paris, and she says, well, let's go find some camp places in Paris that might work for both of us. So this is sort of that thing. It's like, okay, how can we compromise and both be happy and get what we want or need? Okay, because wants are worldly, needs are spiritually. So this is something that is going on. Again, it's just about finished. We've got 8, 9, and we got 5. 5 is, of course, the Hierophant, because the Hierophant is number 5 because it's unstable, because you can't prove it. You have to feel it. You have to know it. You have to have it inside you. Okay. But whereas 9 of Pentacles, that is, that's sort of like your, what you want, what you desire, what you wish to have, is sort of coming up and wanting. And with the Eight of Swords, again, we have definitely interference in reverse. So the interference would be actually more of your emotions coming out and your feelings coming out. So when you're actually in a situation like that, definitely, really, this next week, pay attention to your gut and your intuitions and everything. Yeah. See, yeah, it's not you. It is not you. And, for some of you, like for me being an empath coming from all these people, you might even feel drained. Why am I so tired? Why am I so fatigued? These are the energies pulling from the moon. You got to remember the moon is full of energy that's pushing, pulling the sun and earth. And we actually have an eclipse coming up as well. And that is the sun moon eclipse where, oh gosh, what is the name of it? One of you guys probably can help me out. But that is coming up at the same time. So you got all these massive energies that are pushing and pulling. So again, this is not a really good time to make some hard, solid decisions until maybe after this new moon goes away. Again, 9, 10, 11, 12, maybe around the 14th, I would say, okay, let's, now really think about these decisions and go from there and see what's happening. All right. So for this couple, definitely, they're not on. This couple is not on the same page. Somebody is very spiritual, the other one isn't. And um, not to say it in a bad light, this because we have these two in the end. So we have the Judgment card in the beginning, and then we have the King of Pentacles in the end. So not to say bad about it, but you know what? You're not in balance. You're off balance, and it's really hard. It's like you're not on the same page. So, and can you get on the same page? Yeah, you can get on the same page, but somebody's got to do a little give and take. And the other person that is not believing in spirit, or some people say, oh, for me, they'll say, oh, you're spiritual, oh, you're one of those, or like, you go to church. I don't go to church every week. I didn't say I go to church every week. They've already got this assumption in their mind about what spirituality is or what God is, and they're already turned off to it when they really have no clue, and that's ignorance. And so if we are the people that are gifted, or if you are one that is spiritual, that's our job, because they may, where did I see that? It was posted somewhere. You may be the only and first and only not, I forgot how it goes, but it's basically, when you come to somebody, you may be the only and first representation of God they'll ever see that day. So be kind, be gentle, be loving, be caring, because somebody may come in and look at you and say, you know what, hey, wow, oh, you believe in God, is this what God does, is this what God believes in? Is yes, he's love. That's what it is, love. And love is actually about learning and helping what other people need first. Okay, it's us giving. This is also part of this Cancer moon. It's about looking into your family and friends, your relationships, and also being more towards them, and finding in the emotions and getting the emotions towards them. Somebody's hurting, somebody needs help, somebody's you're trying, maybe they just need to listen to. When you guys, I'm working, for those of you that want the video, I know some of you have asked me already about the sexual abuse video. I'm working on it. I was hoping to have it done before I went on vacation, edited, but the powers that be, divine, has got me going to put it in 3 sections rather than one whole video, because it is long. It was like an hour and a half. And so I thought, doesn't feel right. This doesn't feel good. And Divine said, break it into 3. So there will be a video. It's called Picking Up the Pieces, and it is about sexual abuse. And it will talk about the actual acts of sexual abuse as a child, or if you know somebody who's being sexually abused, then it'll go through the healing, and then living. The third part will be living with sexual abuse, because you will never ever not live without it. Okay, it will always be part of you. It's how to live and keep living a healthy lifestyle. And if you're with a partner, they have to understand that. And if you don't share that with them, you really need to share that with them, because it's not fair to them, because they may not understand why you're doing some of the things you're doing, or not doing some of the things that you're doing, because of the sexual abuse. So I wasn't going to do the video, but a lady friend, actually my medium friend, she's a medium, and I said, I don't know if I want to do this. Hero, Divine wants me to do it, but I don't know. She goes, do it, because you are the one that saved me in my sexual abuse. I'm like, say what? So we talked, and so we're doing it. Anyway, so for that, you guys, it's coming out. Just bear with me. I got too many irons in the fire right now, and I'm trying to transition some of them out. So anyway, let's see what else Divine has to go for you. Oh, wow. So we have the 3 of Swords. We have the 10. And then we have the Universe. Wow. Somebody's really going through something very, very emotional, something extremely sad to them, a loss of some type. Now, I don't know if that loss is a physical loss. Again, we've got a couple in the middle. I'm praying that it's not a marriage, that someone lost their partner. However, it very much could be of that nature. Again, really having to believe in the universe and divine, and God is the universe. So, really putting your energy spiritually, we've got the Hierophant there, we've got the universe here, we've got some decision making. So, I have a feeling for someone out there, or one of you out there, something has happened, and now you've got to really pick up the pieces and make some decisions that need to move forward. This is not a easy time for this person, and it is very emotional. I don't know who this is for. Now, it could be grieving of losing somebody. And you know what? Thank you. So it could be losing somebody or a pet. So the divine said somebody lost a pet. Now, a lot of the times, these pets that we have are family. They're even sometimes closer than our family. So I have this sorrow and heaviness of a pet. I don't know what kind of pet, but I do know that this is, a very deep loss and a decision what to do after that. It's going to be a hole. It definitely is going to be a hole. So really reach out to your spiritual side. Really, do please don't do any major decisions during this time if you're grieving of any kind, because your head's not clear. Let somebody else help you make decisions while you're in this time, and then that will actually help you, definitely, in your future, because this is not a time to, even for anybody, it's not a time to make serious decisions until this new moon is gone, because this Cancer energy has got you feeling and not thinking clearly about big decisions. It sort of got you fooled a little bit. It's like, oh yeah, well, it's fine, it's okay, and then you're going to make the decision, and I'm like, oh crap, what did I do? There's a lot of good things in it, but anyway. So let's look here. And if anybody wants me, if you're watching and anybody wants me to, has a question or wants me to read a card or pick a card for any reason that you might be going through, I'd be glad to do that. I'm going to go into the universe a little bit and see what our future is for the upcoming week. But right now, I'm going to touch out on any love that we might have. Again, love doesn't always come. If you watch me all the time, there's sometimes not love in a reading because the divine wants you to work on something. This new moon definitely is something that he does want you to work on, as far as making sure that you're following your gut instincts and not your head, and your emotions, and controlling your emotions and feelings. For those of you that had those readings before, definitely make sure that you watch into that. All right, because that was in your signs for some of you. Okay. So somebody that maybe has somebody in their life right at this moment. Yeah, there's definitely something going on in a relationship, or coming up into a relationship, that for those of you that are single and looking for dates and things like that, be really, really, really careful, because there is definitely some manipulation going on there, and that's not love. That's not true love. There is that manipulation, of, oh, I really care about you, I really like you, and there's sort of that falsehood that is happening, okay? Because this is all about false promises. Somebody, in fact, it was really funny. I was standing in line, in, where was I? Universal? Maybe it was the airport coming back. And I was standing next to a couple, and the energies I got off of this couple, she was paying for everything, and he was just sort of standing back, and then he didn't want to stand next to her. So that energy of that, I'm not saying, and I don't judge, but the energy that I was getting off of him is he's using her, and that he was trying to stay single in case something else came out, somebody came about that maybe he was interested in. It's just that energy. You've got to feel that when somebody's like wanting too much, you have to sort of step back and ask why. Don't pay. Ladies, do not keep paying out for a guy. Please, please don't pay out for a guy. It can be 50-50 especially if you're both, struggling. However, the more you pay out for the guy, the more lazier they'll get, and they'll expect it, and then they won't do as much. Not saying that in a bad way, it's just facts. Not everybody's that way, guys, I know. However, in the game of dating, I'm talking about dating, that is what's happening. So be really careful, ladies and gentlemen. Gentlemen get taken advantage of too. Definitely be mindful of manipulation out there. Okay. Whew. Is there anything else with this, or is that it? Come on. I guess that's it. So, again, remember I said manipulation, and the divine doesn't work that way. So it says nothing will come of this. Okay. Situation. So void, of course, moon. Okay. And this is a full moon, not a new moon. However, nothing will come of it. And here's the thing with, and I'm just saying this is dating. This isn't, but if you're in a relationship, really ask the questions. Really definitely ask the questions. Am I being manipulated? Is this something that, I let happen? Or do I need to get control of this? Do I need to pay attention to the little signs of what's happening? A lot of the times we can overanalyze but your gut knows. Your gut knows. And we've got to remember too, in manipulation, the kindness and the courtesy and the compassion for somebody, that is going to be genuine. You're going to feel it in your heart. You're going to actually know that in your heart. Okay. You're going to, because love is different languages. Love has so many different languages that we cannot expect somebody's love language to be our language. So you have to really look at the situation. And it really helps when you're an empath. So you look at the situation and you're like, okay, am I being manipulated, for one? Number two, am I just not reading their love language, and maybe their love language is different? Or number three, does this person genuinely really care for me? They just don't have the skills to show it. So we have to sort of look at all the aspects before we have an end result. Now, if it's manipulation, though, of course, that's what it says. Nothing's going to come of this situation. It doesn't. It will last for a while, but it won't stay. All right. All right. So let me go to the universe and see what we've got for the next week. These energies are really powerful with this new moon. Everybody's in it. My daughter's, she was just so emotional before she went to work today, and I was just like, okay, what is going on? It's like, can I go camping now? But it actually is just, and she's a Cancer too, so it doesn't help. And then ladies, if you're going to start your period, then just question yourself. Am I starting my period? Because I could be emotional because of that too. So there's all that compiling on. So just know that. Just be kind to yourself through this time. All right. Let me see what deck I want to use. I don't want to use that other new deck. So let me do this. So let me see what the universe has to say for this next week. And I will be doing readings for the 12th through the 18th. I'm probably going to do them starting on the 12th. I love to do energies right when they're right starting, because those are raw energies. So Monday I will be doing those. I'll probably be doing quite a few. I might be doing collectives, and you can come on and check those, or just whatever. All right. So let's see what the universe has for at least the start of the 12th of the week. All right. Okay. So we have the Four of Pentacles. I must have something keeps poking me in my side. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so we have the Four of Pentacles. We have Temperance. And we have the Eight of Cups. All right. So, oops, don't want to mix those up. So we start out with the Four of Pentacles. So again, somebody wants to hold on to something. The thing is, when you're holding on to this next week, it's because you don't have patience, or maybe you need to have more patience in releasing that, because the thing is, while you're holding on to whatever this new or old thing is, your fear is grasping onto this. And when we have fear, that means that we're off balance. We don't have the patience to trust the unseen. And I was just talking to my daughter about this morning, because she's trying to make this transition. And I said, you have to know that what you cannot see, you have to trust, because it always comes to fruition. Again, like we were talking before, whatever you're going through with this new moon is that you might not think it's going to be a good thing, or you're scared to make the decision, because there's definitely a decision that has to be made here for somebody, but you're afraid of stepping forward. But this stepping forward is going to bring you to a new journey, a new level, a new trust, I have to say, in the Hierophant, in the divine. Okay, you're going to have that trust. It's going to build trust, and you're going to like, oh wow, okay, I'm glad I went out on a leap of faith, basically is what it is. So having this patience, knowing that things are not going to happen boom right away. Again, we have to make sure our T's are crossed and our I's are dotted, because this emotion of Cancer and that Aries energy wants to just jump forward without doing the T's and the crossing the T's and the I's. And then you're going to be in a kerfuffle, because you let your emotions and feelings take over, rather than you take control of your emotions and feelings. And if you can't take control of them, just be patient. Just sit there and do the crying, do the craziness, do whatever it is, and just know that it's going to pass. Because remember, this is for about the 12th, and we've got the energies from the 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. Those energies are going away. Those new moon energies are going away. So have patience. Please have patience. Because we've got cups, things of your heart, things that you want, things that we're going to be growing close to. I keep hearing pet. Um, I'm asking Divine is if there's anything else, if anything he wants me to bring more forward for just this collective, if there's anything new. If maybe there's somebody out there trying to decide they want this pet or want a new pet. Um, but I keep hearing the word pet. So again, this came up during the sorrow card, the Three of Swords. It came up during that. So I don't know if it's because you lost a pet and you want a new pet. Again, try not to make that decision until later, because when you bring an animal into your life, that is supposed to be forever. That's not for temporary. Oh, well, if we don't like it, we'll get rid of it. Animals have feelings and emotions just like we do. So, okay, thank you. So if somebody does have a pet, um, they may be feeling a little bit more needy for these next few days. And you may not like, well, what's he doing? Or they may not be, they may be acting out of character for the next couple of days. Be patient with them, have patience with them, because they also are being affected by this new moon. So I don't know who that's for. I've got a lot of things with this pet. I keep hearing the pet, that somebody wants a new pet. I don't know if this is the right time. As I just say, and I'm hearing patience. And as somebody may be losing a pet, just give yourself some love and compassion to allow yourself to grieve. Grief is a process that has no time. Okay, if this is even a person or whatever, it has no time. Somebody can grieve and be done in a day or two. Somebody maybe for years and years and years. My brother was murdered in '94. I still grieve for him occasionally. Again, it's just time heals, as we say. So there's that. All right. So for this next week, just again, the big thing is to have patience and let go. If there is something needing to let go of it. This is a time to be able to let go of whatever it is, because this new energy, this summer energy, this new moon energy is to bolt forward, but it's not to bolt forward on your emotions and your feelings. It's to bolt forward on fact and make sure that you have everything in alignment so that you can have balance for this relationship that's going on. And there's there's an unbalance of spiritual versus world. Somebody's more materialistic, somebody's more spiritual. That has got to be a balance that comes to you guys. If you're happy that way, and you're fine that way, then not a big deal. However, there's going to be some clashing, because if somebody's more spiritual, and for me, I couldn't date somebody worldly where I can't talk about God, or I can't talk about spirit, or I can't talk about what I do, because that is who I am. So if that works for you, that's great. However, there is again, that llama animal from the zoo. What is it from? Dr. Doolittle, that push me, pull me, that's something that's going, and you have to have balance in the middle and compromise in the middle. So I don't know who that's for, definitely. And if you're dating, make sure that you really pay attention to the red flags to see if that is a manipulative, see if they are being true, see if they are actually kind and generous, or is that a fake just to get what they want or what they need and then move on. So don't lay on your back for about 3 months. Anyway, it's all right. So that's where that is. Didn't have any questions, but really glad that I'm back. I am so back and refueled. And again, I will be back on the 12th. I am going to be working on that video, but I also too, if you guys want any more readings before the 12th, please just put it in the comments. Put your sign, and put what you would like. I mean, just basically say, I would like a Cancer sign reading or whatever. I won't be able to do all of them before the 12th, but if somebody's like, I really need something, I really need help, I really need a question answered or whatever, definitely do that. Oh, thank you, thank you. Oh, you're sweet. So definitely just be really, really kind to yourself, guys. Really kind to yourself. This is going to be an emotional roller coaster for the next couple of days, through the 12th, 13th. And be kind to whoever is around you. When you step outside, remember everybody's going through something. So in the grocery store, have a little bit more temperance. Have a little bit more patience on the road. You just don't know. Maybe they're coming back from a funeral. Maybe somebody just died. Maybe they lost their job. Maybe you just don't even have a clue. So when you start getting that energy up, like you're getting PO'd or all that kind of stuff, just calm yourself and say, maybe, they've got some trouble, or maybe they got a bad diagnosis and they've got cancer today. Just put some love into that person that you do not know, and that will calm your heart and peace, and then it will keep everybody stay sane and stable, and because everybody's going through. Boy, I will say though, lastly, this trip, you need a Virgo reading? Okay, Star, we'll do that. I think let's see. I might be able to do that later this afternoon. Okay? If not, I will do it in the morning before I take off. How about that? But I will do a Virgo reading just for you. But I will say that, and the reason why I think this reading is really important, and this new moon is really important, is because I will share with you, I live in Oregon, and when we went to Florida, not only us from Oregon, but even the employees at Disney World and Universal, even those employees are noticing such a difference in the people and the customers, of the rudeness and the lack of compassion that has happened since this pandemic hit. It's like nobody cares. It's a me thing. And it was really sad. I mean, even the employees are like, yeah, right? What is happening? Why are people this way? What happened? And it's just that we got so complacent being in our own spaces during the pandemic. we did forget. I don't know how many times, literally, my daughter and I would be talking, not even a person width between us, and somebody would cut through and not even say excuse me. Or now I got a bad foot and I broke my toe before I left, so I had a bad toe and a bad leg. It's like I'm worried about somebody stepping on that toe, so I'm just like, I walk and it's like, excuse me, and they do speak English. So I mean, but was that way through the whole trip. Not any kindness, not any respect. I was like, what is going on? But it wasn't just us noticing this. It was definitely the employees of the theme parks, and they're overstretched. Now, I'm not doing this for a plug. I'm just saying, if you guys know anybody who needs a job, it's amazing. We looked at the Disney Hub, which is where employees can go and look at, and there are over 100 pages of jobs, and Disney is giving incentives. They're giving $1,000 incentive to take a job that the pays. A lot of them start at $18 to $21 an hour. They are hurting for employees. They are down, I think, 11,000 employees. And housekeeping, $1,000 to start, and $18 to $21 an hour, just to housekeep. And I'm just like, wow, maybe I need to move to Disney. But the other thing too is that they're really hurting, and the employees that are there now are stretched thin, but they still come out with a Disney smile, a Disney attitude, and a very Disney presence. So I was just shocked. I was just shocked at how rude people have become, or complacent to, it's all about me first. I mean, we were even standing in line for food, and somebody just cuts right in front because I'm slow because of my leg. So they didn't want to wait, so they literally cut right in front of us, a couple. And my daughter's like, trust me, she's got a temper. And I'm just like, I said, doesn't matter. We're going to get there no matter what. Just let it go. And they just didn't give a crap. It's really surprising. It's really surprising. So be kind, guys. Be kind to everybody. Just spread the love, and know that maybe, not in a theme park, but, in real life, there's stress going on. So, all right, guys, I appreciate you, and thank you for popping in. I'm so glad to be back and refueled. Now, again, I will be gone Friday, Saturday, Sunday camping. I'm going to a lake, a beautiful lake here in Oregon. I will take some pictures. But if you want to see pictures of Disney and Universal, please go to Touch and Go Travel Agency over on my Facebook and join or say hello about that. And I'll put some lake pictures up when I come back. It's really important to get refueled. Really, if you're not getting refueled, you need to get refueled. Whether it's in nature, whatever it is to you, please get refueled, especially during this new moon, because it is very emotional. It's psychological. It's definitely about your spirit getting refueled, and paying attention to that. Please do get some refueling, all right? And I will talk to you soon. And I will do a Virgo reading for those of you that are Virgos, and I'm a Virgo. Let's see what's going on for us Virgos, right? Maybe later this afternoon or tomorrow morning. And I probably will do that very early. I'd say if you're on the Pacific Coast, probably around 9:30, because I still got to pack and get ready to go. All right. Take care. Thank you guys for popping in. And I'll love you guys for, and is it K-Kin? Thank you. I love you guys so very much. I really miss you guys. I really was going. In fact, my daughter thought it was nuts because I hadn't forgot my tarot cards, and so I couldn't do the readings, and I was going nuts. And she's like, "Are you serious? You're going to buy 2 tarot decks in Disneyland?" And I said, "Hey, they're here. I'm buying them. If the energies are good, I'm buying them." So, yeah, that's what we did. So, because I was having and I had to sit there and play with them and hold them and stuff, but. And it rained the whole time, so I couldn't even do any readings outside anyway. So, all right, you guys, take care. I'm glad to be back, and I hope you guys have a good new moon. Be kind and gentle to yourselves, and don't forget to walk in absolute truth and love. Take care.